Poor sleep alone does not kill your kidneys. But what you do in the first 30 seconds after waking up just might. There is one specific morning habit that most Americans over 60 perform without a second thought every single day. And research now shows it can accelerate kidney damage silently, over months and years, without a single symptom to warn you. Not smoking, not eating processed food, but something you do before your feet even touch the floor. And the most dangerous part. Your doctor has probably never mentioned it. Stay with me until the end, because the number one protective habit I will reveal today is so simple and so completely free that kidney specialists consider it one of the most powerful daily interventions available to adults over 60. And yet almost no one does it correctly, or at all. I have spent years working with men and women over 60 who are doing everything right. Managing their blood pressure, taking their medications, eating a reasonable diet, and still watching their kidney function decline year after year. Their creatinine kept climbing. Their eGFR kept dropping. And when I looked closely at the pattern, the same overlooked factor kept appearing. The morning was the problem. The first 30 minutes of the day were quietly and systematically overloading their kidneys. What I am about to share goes against what most people assume about kidney health. But the science is clear, and I refuse to stay silent any longer. If you're interested in this topic, type "interested" in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. The goal is to hit 200,000 subscribers, and every single person who joins moves us closer. If you want my free kidney warning signs checklist, type the words "kidney checklist" in the comments right now and I will send you the download link personally. Completely free. Just 2 words, kidney checklist. Drop it below and let us get started. Here is what is happening inside your body every single morning, and why it matters more than almost anything else you do all day. Between roughly 4 in the morning and noon, your kidneys face their most demanding biological window of the entire day. Blood pressure surges. The renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, the hormonal network that controls blood pressure and fluid balance, activates at its highest intensity. Cortisol spikes sharply. Your blood, thickened overnight by natural fluid loss through breathing and other body processes, arrives at your kidneys at its most concentrated and viscous. Your urine is at its most concentrated. And the tiny filtration units inside your kidneys, structures called nephrons, are being asked to go from overnight conservation mode to full daytime filtration without any transition. This is the morning renal stress window. And it is entirely natural. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do. But here is the problem. After 60, your kidneys no longer handle this window the way they did at 40. The nephrons inside your kidneys are irreplaceable. You are born with roughly 900,000 to 1 million nephrons in each kidney. Research published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, a large study of kidney donors at the Mayo Clinic, found that by ages 70 to 75, the number of functioning nephrons has dropped by approximately 48% compared to young adults. Nearly half. And those remaining nephrons cannot be replaced. They compensate by working harder, which places them under even greater strain and accelerates further loss. The medical community has understood this nephron loss for decades. And yet almost no patient education focuses on what it means for the morning. Your nephrologist talks to you about protein in your urine. Your primary care physician talks to you about sodium. Nobody sits down and says, "Here is exactly what is happening to your kidneys in the first 30 seconds after you open your eyes, and here is how to protect yourself." That ends today. Before we continue, I want to ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, what is the very first thing you do? Do you sit up immediately, reach for your phone, get straight out of bed? Type your answer in the comments below. I genuinely want to know, because understanding your current habits is the first step to protecting your kidneys. Let us go through the 7 most dangerous morning mistakes that are quietly accelerating kidney damage in adults over 60, ranked from concerning to critical. And then I will show you exactly what to do instead. Mistake number 7, reaching for your phone within the first 2 minutes of waking. This one surprises people. It sounds harmless. But here is what is happening inside your body. The moment you open your eyes, your kidneys are already navigating the most hormonally loaded window of the day. Cortisol has surged. Blood pressure is elevated. The renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system is at peak activation. These hormonal forces directly govern how hard your kidneys are filtering, how much sodium they are retaining, and how much vascular pressure the glomeruli, the delicate capillary filters inside each nephron, are absorbing. Now add your phone. The moment you begin scrolling, news, notifications, messages, social media, your brain triggers an immediate stress response. Cortisol, already elevated from the morning surge, spikes further. Adrenaline rises. Blood pressure climbs an additional increment on top of an already elevated baseline. And every point of additional blood pressure in those morning minutes is pressure being applied directly to nephrons that have already lost nearly half their population to aging. Research consistently shows that emotional and cognitive stress increases blood pressure and promotes vasoconstriction, including in the renal microvasculature. For adults over 60 with any degree of existing kidney vulnerability, this early morning blood pressure amplification is not trivial. It compounds the morning stress window rather than allowing the kidneys to navigate it gradually. The fix is simple. Keep your phone on the other side of the room. Or commit to a strict rule. No screen contact for the first 2 minutes after waking. Just 2 minutes. That small boundary gives your cardiovascular and renal systems time to begin stabilizing before they are hit with additional stimulation. If you did not know that your phone habit could be stressing your kidneys every single morning, type the word phone in the comments right now. It tells me this information is reaching people who need it. Mistake number 6, drinking coffee before drinking water. I know coffee is sacred. I am not here to take it away from you. But the timing matters enormously, and the kidney science here is clear. Over 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body loses fluid through breathing and natural processes. You wake up in a state of mild but clinically meaningful dehydration. Your blood is thicker. Your blood volume is slightly reduced. And your kidneys, which depend on adequate perfusion pressure to do their filtering work, are operating in a fluid-restricted state. Now add caffeine. Caffeine acts as a mild diuretic. It signals the kidneys to release more fluid. On a fully hydrated body, this effect is modest and manageable. But on an already dehydrated body, during the morning window when kidney filtration pressure is at its most variable, it compounds the problem. Your blood becomes even more concentrated. The filtration load on already stressed nephrons increases. And the reduced blood volume means the kidneys are receiving less perfusion at the exact moment they need more. The fix takes literally 30 seconds. Before your coffee, drink 1 full glass of water at room temperature, not ice cold, roughly 12 to 16 ounces. Room temperature water is absorbed faster and causes less vascular constriction than cold water, which matters when your blood vessels are still in their morning contracted state. This single habit, done consistently, helps restore blood volume, reduce filtration stress, and give your nephrons the fluid environment they need to start the day without strain. It costs nothing. It requires no prescription. And it may be the most important 30 seconds of your kidney health day. If you typically drink coffee before water every morning, type the word coffee in the comments. You are not alone, and the fix is easier than you think. Mistake number 5. Waiting until you feel thirsty to drink water. This is one of the most consistently dangerous kidney mistakes I see in adults over 60, and it is rooted in a physiological change that most people are completely unaware of. After 60, your thirst mechanism becomes measurably less reliable. The sensors in your brain, specifically in the hypothalamus, that detect rising blood concentration and trigger the sensation of thirst become progressively less sensitive with age. This is well documented in medical literature. Research published in leading gerontology journals confirms that older adults require a significantly greater degree of dehydration before they feel thirsty compared to younger people. In one well-known study, healthy older men went without water for 24 hours and reported no meaningful increase in thirst, even as their blood became measurably more concentrated. The practical result for your kidneys is serious. By the time you feel thirsty in the morning, you may already be in a meaningful fluid deficit. And your kidneys are trying to filter your blood, manage waste products, and maintain your electrolyte balance with less water than they need. Concentrated blood is harder to filter. It deposits more solutes on filtration membranes. It increases the risk of crystal formation in the tubules. And it forces the remaining nephrons to work under conditions of chronic low-grade stress, every single morning, day after day, year after year. The fix is simple but must be systematic, because you cannot trust your thirst after 60. Set a morning hydration schedule and follow it regardless of how you feel. 8 to 12 ounces of water immediately upon waking. Another 8 ounces with breakfast. Another 8 ounces within the first 2 hours. You are not waiting for your body to ask. After 60, it may have stopped asking clearly. If you have ever gone through your entire morning without feeling thirsty, type the word thirsty in the comments. That blunted signal is one of the most underestimated kidney threats in aging. Mistake number 4, taking pain relievers on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. This one surprises people because it feels medically responsible. You have pain. You take your medication. What could be wrong with that? A great deal, it turns out. Depending on what you are taking and when. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, include ibuprofen, naproxen, and many common over-the-counter pain relievers. They work in part by inhibiting a class of compounds called prostaglandins. Across most of the body, that is the desired effect. But in the kidneys, prostaglandins play a critical protective role. They help dilate the small blood vessels that supply the glomeruli, maintaining adequate perfusion pressure during periods of physiological stress, like the morning surge. When you take NSAIDs first thing in the morning, before food, before water, when your blood pressure is already elevated and your blood is at its thickest, you are removing one of your kidney's most important protective mechanisms at the exact moment they are under maximum stress. The result is reduced renal perfusion, increased filtration pressure on surviving nephrons, and measurable acute kidney stress that most patients never feel but that accumulates over time. A systematic review published in BMC Nephrology, analyzing data from multiple large population studies, found that current NSAID use was associated with a significantly elevated risk of acute kidney injury, with the risk being even higher in older adults. For adults already living with reduced kidney function, an estimated 1 in 3 Americans over 65, the risk compounds substantially. The fix does not mean stopping your medication. It means protecting your kidneys when you take it. Never take NSAIDs on an empty stomach. Always eat first. Drink water before and after. If you are managing chronic pain with daily NSAIDs, speak to your physician about the safest timing and whether kidney protective alternatives exist. Your kidneys will bear the cost of this habit whether you feel it or not. If you take ibuprofen or any pain reliever first thing in the morning before eating, type the word pain in the comments. This is one of the most fixable kidney risks on this list. Before we go further, I want to make a request. If what you have heard so far seems valuable, I am asking for 2 simple things. First, subscribe to this channel. My mission is to give you clear, science-backed information so you can make the best decisions for your body. Second, share this video with someone you care about, a parent, a spouse, a friend who is managing kidney concerns and does not know that the first 30 minutes of their morning may be doing more damage than anything else in their day. A single share could change the direction of someone's kidney health. Mistake number 3, eating a high-sodium breakfast. After 60, your kidney's ability to handle a sodium load is reduced, and the morning is when this vulnerability is most acute. Here is why. Overnight, your body fine-tunes its sodium and fluid balance through the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. By morning, that hormonal system is at its peak daily activation. It is already working hard. Now imagine loading a high-sodium meal into that system within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking. Processed breakfast meats, commercial bread, canned goods, fast food breakfast sandwiches. The typical American breakfast is frequently among the highest sodium meals of the day. And in adults over 60, whose nephrons are fewer and under greater strain, that morning sodium surge forces the kidneys to rapidly increase their filtration pressure to manage the excess. Research is clear that high sodium intake causes glomerular hyperfiltration, a state in which the glomeruli are forced to filter at abnormally elevated rates. Over time, this mechanical stress scars the glomeruli, reduces their capacity, and accelerates the progression of kidney function decline. Studies published in Kidney International and other leading nephrology journals confirm that high sodium intake exacerbates proteinuria, blunts the protective effects of blood pressure medications, and independently accelerates kidney function loss, particularly in adults with any degree of existing kidney vulnerability. The fix is to make breakfast your lowest sodium meal, not your highest. Eggs prepared at home without added salt, fresh fruit, plain oats, unsalted nuts, plain yogurt. Save higher sodium foods for later in the day, when your kidneys have had hours to come online and stabilize. This is not about eliminating sodium from your life. It is about protecting your kidneys from a sodium flood during the window they are least equipped to handle it. If your typical breakfast includes processed meat, packaged bread, or anything from a fast food window, type the word sodium in the comments. Your kidneys are absorbing that load first thing every morning. Mistake number 2, exercising too intensely too early in the morning without adequate hydration. Before you close this video, I am not telling you to stop exercising in the morning. Exercise is one of the most powerful kidney protective habits available. Regular moderate physical activity improves kidney perfusion, reduces inflammation, and supports the metabolic conditions that keep nephrons healthy. But there is a right way and a wrong way to do it in the morning, and the wrong way is doing measurable kidney damage, silently, over years. Here is the problem. You wake up. You are mildly dehydrated. Your blood pressure is already elevated. Your blood is at its thickest. Your cortisol is at its daily peak. And then you immediately push yourself into vigorous exercise, running, high-intensity intervals, heavy resistance training. You are dramatically increasing the metabolic waste load, creatinine, myoglobin, uric acid, and other filtration byproducts, at the exact moment your kidneys are least equipped to handle it. When vigorous exercise combines with dehydration, the risk compounds significantly. Exercise-induced muscle breakdown releases myoglobin into the bloodstream, which is directly toxic to the tubular cells inside nephrons. Even at subclinical levels that never produce symptoms, repeated episodes of exercise-induced kidney stress, particularly when combined with morning dehydration, can accelerate nephron damage over time. Research on exercise and acute kidney injury consistently identifies dehydration as the primary amplifying factor. You are not protected simply because the exercise feels manageable. The fix is not complicated. Hydrate before you move, at least 12 ounces of water before any morning exercise. And for the first 10 to 15 minutes, keep movement gentle. Walk, stretch, breathe. Let your body warm up. Save your intense training for late morning, afternoon, or early evening, when your kidneys have had time to stabilize, when you are fully hydrated, and when the hormonal stress of the morning surge has passed. Your performance will actually improve, and your kidneys will no longer be absorbing damage with every workout. If you go straight from bed to intense exercise without drinking water first, type the word exercise in the comments. Your kidneys are starting every workout already behind. Mistake number 1, moving from sleep to full activity without giving your kidneys a transition. Everything we have discussed converges here. The phone, the coffee, the absent thirst signal, the pain medication, the sodium, the hard morning workout. They are all versions of the same fundamental error. They all represent a refusal to give your kidneys a transition. A protected window in which these organs can shift from overnight conservation mode to daytime filtration gradually, safely, and with the resources they need to do that job without damage. Your kidneys after 60 cannot go from overnight rest to full filtration load in 30 seconds. The nephrons you have left, roughly half of what you were born with, are already compensating for the ones that are gone. They need time to come online. They need fluid. They need the morning blood pressure surge to moderate before they are hit with sodium, medication, caffeine, and exercise-generated waste products. And they need the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system to settle before you stack additional hormonal and physiological demands on top of it. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension found that elevated morning blood pressure surge was a strong independent predictor of CKD progression, with a hazard ratio of 2.35, meaning those with poorly managed morning pressure were more than twice as likely to experience significant kidney function decline. Not from overall blood pressure. Not from diet alone. Specifically from the morning window. And a broader body of evidence from nephrology research confirms that the habits occurring in those first 30 minutes are among the most powerful modifiable factors in kidney health, in either direction. Here is the complete morning kidney transition protocol. It takes less than 10 minutes. It costs nothing. And it may be the single most impactful daily change you can make for your long-term kidney health. Step 1. When you wake, lie still for 60 seconds. Do not reach for your phone. Do not begin planning your day. Simply breathe deliberately, 4 counts in, hold for 2, 6 counts out. Do this 4 or 5 times. This begins moderating the morning blood pressure surge before any external stressor compounds it. Step 2. Sit up slowly, pause for 30 seconds, then stand slowly and intentionally. Never rise rapidly. Sudden blood pressure shifts from orthostatic changes send immediate compensatory signals to the kidneys. Step 3. Before anything else, before coffee, before medication, before food, drink 12 to 16 ounces of room temperature water. This is non-negotiable. It is the single most important kidney protective act of your entire day. It restores blood volume, reduces blood viscosity, supports glomerular perfusion, and gives your nephrons the fluid environment they need to begin filtration safely. Step 4. Wait at least 30 minutes before coffee. If you take any medication, follow your physician's guidance on timing. If you take NSAIDs of any kind, eat first, every single time. Step 5. Eat a low-sodium breakfast within the first hour of waking. Stabilize your blood sugar. Keep your renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system from being flooded with a sodium load during its most sensitive morning window. Step 6. If you exercise in the morning, hydrate first and keep the first 15 minutes gentle. Walk. Stretch. Let your kidneys come online before you ask them to manage an intense filtration challenge. That is 6 steps. Less than 10 minutes. And the kidneys that have been absorbing the damage of poor morning habits for years will begin to benefit. Not overnight. Not in a week. But consistently, measurably, over months, eGFR trends stabilize, filtration stress reduces, and the silent progression that most patients believed was simply inevitable aging begins to slow. I have seen this happen again and again. People who were told their kidney function was simply declining and there was nothing meaningful to do beyond medication. People who changed their morning and came back with stable labs and energy they thought they had lost permanently. The morning is not your enemy. But right now, for most adults over 60, it is working against their kidneys every single day. Starting tomorrow, you can change that. If you are going to commit to the morning kidney protocol starting tomorrow, type the words kidney first in the comments right now. Your kidneys have been working for you your entire life. Give them the first 10 minutes of your morning in return. And if this video helped you, share it with one person who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more information that your doctor may never think to tell you. I will see you in the next one.